What's up, guys? It's 1:30 and you're watching... What's up, guys? It's 1:30 and you're watching Cynical Cynics on RUTV. I'm Eleanor.
And I'm Alicia. And thanks for joining us for another show. Cynical Cynics is your weekly take on what sucks about young adulthood and how we can make ourselves feel better by making fun of everything.
We've got a very sarcastic show ahead of us today, as always. Coming up later on the show, we'll be talking about this week's discussion topic, internships. Students and young adults are expected to work unpaid or low-income internships in the fields they want to go into, but they end up having to get paid work on the side instead of being able to fully dedicate themselves to what they actually want to be doing. We'll be opening up the floor to some opinions from the audience and finding out what you guys think.
And we'll be talking to Mike Drimba, a Toronto student who is having to take time off from his retail job during the busiest season in order to do some recording internships. Mike will be talking to us about living on a student budget and how he's come up with his own gourmet cooking for students whose money is tight. But first, like every other week, we'll be discussing what sucks in weather, news, and entertainment.
We'll start things off today with a look at the weather. This is actually some of the nicest weather we've had since the show started. We're sitting at 11 degrees and sunny, so it's pretty nice out. But here's the thing. It's November 21st. Should it really be 11 degrees and sunny right now? I mean, it's been winter in Canada for the past 2 months. Where's this nice weather coming from all of a sudden? I'm not saying I'm not enjoying it, but it's a little disconcerting. Don't worry though, guys. Things will be crappy again before you know it. By the weekend, we'll be looking at a low of -3 and plenty of clouds. Thanks for the thought, global warming. Now for your TTC update. The 29 Dufferin bus is turning back at Queen due to construction, and there are shuttle buses. Everybody loves shuttle buses. I mean, who wouldn't love the chance to be pressed up against some 40-year-old guy who clearly hasn't showered yet today, or possibly in the last week? Not to mention waiting around for the bus itself. It's not the TTC's fault that there's construction, but there's gotta be a better way of dealing with this. The good news is, though, all the other lines are running normally, or as badly as always. That's your TTC update. Now over to Alicia for news.
To start off, the stupidest piece of nerd news I've heard all week begins with the headline, "Pigeon lovers flock to Cornwall to protest bird ban." What? Apparently, Cornwall City Council is considering reinstating a bylaw to ban owning pigeons based on smell, noise, and dropping complaints from neighbors of these owners. These pigeon lovers called their pets elegant pets. They're all banding together to save their so-called... Okay, honestly, the bigger issue is why would anyone want these flying rodents to live with them in their house? There's something elegant about pigeons. They're wild-winged rats, especially in Toronto. Cornwall, take it easy. Another big story happening that you've all clearly heard about is the traumatic loss of Hostess Twinkies. Yep, the most favorite, wholesome, and delicious treat you cheap university kids say for dessert is soon bound to be gone forever. Luckily, YouTube sensation Hyla shares her recipe for homemade Twinkies. Between stories like the Gaza crisis and what's going on in Syria, a recipe for Twinkies tops Facebook news feeds and mainstream news. I'm glad we all have our priorities straight.
Now we're going to be talking about the entertainment this week. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on 20-somethings to actually care about what's going on in entertainment. And one such example of the high quality of entertainment we're supposed to care about took form in the American Music Awards. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that, Alicia, because I did not watch them.
Yeah, well, I did. Well, it was the American Music Awards, and apparently Justin Bieber won Best Artist of the Year.
At the American Music Awards?
Yes.
Wow. In case we've forgotten, Justin Bieber is in fact from Stratford, Ontario, which is in Canada.
And Best New Artist of the Year, Carly Rae Jepsen, who is also, hold on, Canadian.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
I don't...
So these are the American Music Awards, and 2 of the highest accolades of the night went to Canadians. As well, for the music that they have decided to feature, they had a performance from Psy, who is also not American. And I don't know if Gangnam Style really qualifies as music. Let's be honest. It was just a YouTube joke with a funny dance, and Now he gets to perform at one of the biggest award shows of the year.
Well, shouldn't it be prestigious, like an honor to perform, not just something catchy?
You'd think so, but this is the level of quality that we are expected to enjoy from our entertainment industry. So obviously, Justin Bieber cleaned up at the awards on Sunday. And speaking of Bieber, something that the gossip blogs have been having a field day with is he decided to hold up traffic for several minutes so that he could cuss out a member of the paparazzi.
Yes, asking him if his parents are proud of him for stalking celebrities, you know, just...
Yeah,
I don't know.
That part of his little rant was fun, but he needs to get it together. When we come back, we will be talking about our hot topic today, unpaid internships, and we'll be speaking with Mike Drimba. We'll be back.
Don't go anywhere.
Teleprompter what?
What happened on the teleprompter?
Let's break this sentence into...
I was like,
When the...
I know.
Welcome back to Cynical Cynics. Joining us right now is Mike Drimba, a Toronto student who's decided to work less hours at his retail job this holiday season so he can do a recording internship, which he's only going to be getting paid a small honorarium for. Thanks for being on the show, Mike.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about your situation. You work at Boathouse as part-time on Yonge Street, and it's going to be really busy during the holiday season, and you would have had the opportunity to work a lot more hours. Tell us about your thought process that you went through when you decided that giving up more hours would be better for an internship.
Well, to me, I feel like an internship would be more important because it's more something that I want to be doing for the rest of my life. I mean, I don't want to be a retail slave making minimum wage until I'm 40 years old, so I figured getting my foot in the door and doing this kind of internship for something that I actually want to do would probably be better.
Definitely. So obviously you're going to be making a little bit less money this holiday season than you had been planning. As a student, how is that going to be affecting you economically for the next little while?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's clear to most people that most students are pretty near to broke, if not broke. So having less income than the meager income I already had will probably be pretty tough. I'll have to cut back a lot of my expenses like entertainment, possibly my Netflix account this month. Not sure.
Sacrifices.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what do you think makes internships so valuable to do?
Well, I mean, a lot of internships are valuable because you get to do the job that you really think you want to do, and it's valuable to do that because, I mean, before doing it, you think you want to do it, and then after doing it, like, you'll know whether or not you want to continue doing it.
Yeah.
So, apart from that, I mean, you get your foot in the door, you meet people that are potentially doing the job that you want to do, you can get advice from them, you know, there's all sorts of opportunities out there, so.
Definitely. Internships are definitely available, but you know, the fact that they are all that's, in many cases, all that's available to students who are already making a meager income, as you said, can be really strenuous. Do you think it's fair that so many of these internships are unpaid or low income? Because, I mean, obviously in your situation, it's a low budget, independent recording, you know, project, so it sort of makes sense, but a lot of bigger companies make their interns work for free as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's that. Like, I know a lot of my friends have interned at, like, Sony Music and, you know, like, big companies, and people that work there get paid, you know, quite a bit. They have good lives, but the people that intern there, I mean, they're kind of slaves, for lack of a better word, because I mean, like, they get them to do work that they would get paid for, but they don't. So
just for the experience.
Yeah, for the experience.
So with all that extra work, how do you balance school and internships and maybe even sometimes a job?
Well, lack of sleep comes to mind. I don't sleep that much lately. I mean, I always have something going on, so there's something I need to do, and my sleep kind of, it goes away.
There you go. It definitely making sacrifices is sadly a part of student life. Now, on this low student budget that you're living on, you've actually come up with some gourmet cooking for students.
That's right.
And you're going to be doing a demonstration for us right after the break. Don't go anywhere, guys.
We are back on Cynical Cynics. Thank you for joining us. And joining us now is Mike Drimba, who's going to teach us a bit about gourmet cooking for students on a tight budget. So can you just tell us what everything is and how you make it?
Okay, well, I mean, first off, you got your pot with the water in it, and you got your spoon
and
to stir the water, when it gets hot.
Amazing.
Does it have to be boiling?
It does have to be boiling, yes. So what I'm going to be making today, I have some Mr. Noodle. It's probably one of the greatest cuisines ever. It probably, like, in taste, like, it's way up there. It tastes amazing. We have some curry chicken. What else do we have? We have some spicy beef, saving this one for Friday night. Gonna treat myself. And we have the Oriental flavor. So all three of these flavors are quite excellent, I must say.
Which one are we going to be making today, Mike?
I think today we're going to be making the curry chicken.
So
I'm going to go ahead and
delicacy.
open that up. So what we do, we have the water boiling like it is already.
Oh, don't burn yourself there.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
I am very experienced in this. So we take the noodles, we break them apart over the water like so, and we plop them in, let those boil.
Wow.
And we get the spice, which is what gives it its fantastic flavor.
And you just put that in there?
And we just put it in here, man.
Well, sounds easy enough for
Opening
students.
this up is,
Well, thanks very much for demonstrating.
You don't really need
it.
the flavoring. Just let's give us a little stir here.
Okay,
Perfect.
let's stir this up a little.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming in today. And after the break, we'll be opening up the floor, talking to the audience about what they think of work and unpaid internships. We'll see you after the break, guys.